Welcome. In this video you will learn how to customize and configure ResNexus to your day-to-day business operations. Let's get started. To navigate to this page that you see on your screen, you click on Settings, and then under General Settings you click on Operations. This is the General Operations Settings page used to configure your ResNexus to your business needs. The very first thing that you're asked is which credit cards you accept, and you simply check or uncheck the appropriate boxes. Next, under Confirmation and Security Email, you need to enter in your business email address. This is where a copy of all confirmations will be sent. Now, if you do, some businesses want to send it to more than one email, you simply separate the emails by a semicolon, that's a dot with a comma, and then you type in the second email address. There are two different kinds of or types of confirmation emails that you will be sent. The standard is to receive the same confirmation email that a guest receives. The second, if you check this box, you will receive an abbreviated confirmation email with just the core details. It is a little easier to print, and it doesn't contain like your policies and all the extra details that you send to guests. This next field is something that a lot of ResNexus users really enjoy, and that is you can send a copy of all confirmation emails to a mobile phone or a smartphone. It does send a very abbreviated version, and to do that you put in, with no dashes or just the numbers, you just type in your phone number, and then you look at the area below and look for your cellular provider. For example, if you use Verizon, you would copy and paste or type @vtex.com after your phone number. It is good policy to click the Test Mobile button, and you should receive a near instant text message from ResNexus. Finally, let's go over the various operational options that you need to configure to let ResNexus know how you operate. The first thing is ResNexus needs to know what you consider to be a weekend. Now, most businesses, Friday, Saturday are what is naturally considered as a weekend. And what happens is ResNexus on weekends, you can specify a weekday and a weekend rate. By marking these boxes, you're telling which days during the week ResNexus should use the weekend rate. It also, in your reservation calendar and your reservation grid, it is highlighted normally in yellow what is a weekend, and so that's what this setting helps ResNexus to understand. Some businesses, they do consider Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday is a weekend, or maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you simply check the boxes. The next setting is about your arrival times. Now, ResNexus doesn't enforce these, but it does communicate to your guests, especially when booking online, when you prefer guests to arrive. So you simply select that range, as well as a preferred arrival time. This next option, we do kind of recommend that you check it regardless of what type of business email you have. It helps with getting emails to your guests successfully. What's happening is over time, for businesses that use an AOL or a Google or a Yahoo email address, those services are blocking emails that are sent out from a system like ResNexus. If you uncheck this box, what happens is ResNexus will send out all confirmation emails as if it was your business email address. And what's happening with Yahoo and AOL especially is all those email addresses, all those emails are being 100% denied. Now, we do recommend you use a professional business email. That's a business email like we see above, which is your name at basically your domain or your business website address. We do prefer that. We do recommend that it looks more professional, and it is more likely that your confirmation emails will make it to guests. If you're struggling at all with getting confirmation emails to your guests, come in and check this box, and they will make it through. And what happens in this scenario is ResNexus sends out the email through communications@resnexus.com, so one of our email addresses, but the reply to address is your business address. So when the guest clicks reply, it will go straight to your email. But this helps with getting emails out. The next setting is to configure and let ResNexus know how many guests you'd like to start with by default on both the reservations calendar and reservations grid. So if you change this setting, if we go over to the calendar, basically you're indicating what to start on as far as the number of guests. That also applies for essentials and professional users to the reservation grid. Going back down to operational options, the next one is whether you require a card to be on file. This especially applies to your online booking engine. If you uncheck it, guests can make the reservation without providing a credit card. We highly recommend that you do check this box and require a credit card to be on file. It's a natural security method, especially if you take a deposit. You know that that's a valid guest, that's a guest that is committed to stay at your business or use your services. The next option is kind of it's an option to speed up the phone confirmation process. When you make a reservation, so I'll go back to the reservation calendar. When I click book, you'll notice at the bottom of the page here there's this instant confirmation. Basically, if this is checked, as soon as you finish filling out the guest information, a confirmation is immediately sent. If unchecked, you then have to go to the confirmation tab for that reservation and manually send out that confirmation. Now, it is most common to have this box unchecked. But there are some businesses that they like to send an instant confirmation. Those are normally businesses that aren't taking a card on file or taking a deposit. Most businesses will finish the reservation and at the end they'll send a confirmation email. So what this setting does is if you check it and click save, basically if we go back and start a reservation, notice that that is now checked by default. And that does speed up. For some operations, they enjoy that option. Finally, the last option, or operational option, is whether reservations should show a detailed tax breakdown. If we go back to a reservation, if it is left unchecked, notice there's a subtotal, a tax, and a total. If we come back and check that box and click save and then go back to the reservation, notice it starts to break out the taxes. So that setting is whether you need to show a detailed tax breakdown on your reservations. This is the operations page for configuring ResNexus to match your business. It's pretty simple to configure. There are a number of options, but getting through it, you really just set them and then from time to time you'll come back. Have a wonderful day.